Okay, today is Tuesday, August the 31st, 2021, and I have a slightly longer drive today, so I'm going to talk about an interesting topic that might require some exploration, namely the 10 Commandments versus the 5 Buddhist precepts. I'm just going to go with the 5 because that's sort of what the lay people keep. And so I'm Catholic, and I was raised in a Catholic family in India. Despite my last name, so Fernandez is my husband's last name. But even my maiden name is D'Souza, actually, and because there's actually India is a very, very, very diverse, secular state with, and especially where I come from, Bombay is actually, it's a melting pot of so many different religions, cultures, etc. And even though Catholics are only 3% of the Indian population, when you think about the fact that India has 1 billion, maybe more than a billion now, who knows, but yeah, 3% of a billion is a lot. So anyways, yeah, so I was raised in a very Catholic family, and I would consider myself to be quite Catholic, and I say that because I have explored other religions during my teenage rebellious years. I actually went about reading the Tao Te Ching, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, a few other books. I never got around to reading the Torah, but actually, interestingly, now these days I'm listening to a book on Audible that's written by a rabbi, and I can't wait to do a little book review video about that when I'm done with the book, because it's a nice book, but it's a heavy book. It's called Thou Shalt Prosper, and it's written by Rabbi Daniel Lapin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Anyways, but what I wanted to talk about today was the 10 Commandments versus the 5 Precepts. And even though I've been Catholic, I began to listen to this monk by the name of Ajahn Brahm on YouTube in 2016. And at first, I think I I came for the jokes, but I stayed for the wisdom, you could say, because he's so funny, and I've had the honor to meet him in person. And if you meet him in person, he's just such an incredibly kind and very, very welcoming sort of presence is what he has. In psychology, we have this Carl Rogers is one of those not fathers of psychology, but like one of those proponents who talks about unconditional positive regard. You really feel that when you're in the presence of Ajahn Brahm, because yes, I mean, it's not like he's different in person versus on YouTube, but when you meet him in person, he's actually, he's not like cracking jokes all the time. He's pretty quiet, actually, as monks are, because monks are pretty quiet people, actually. And I've gone to 3 of his 9-day silent meditation retreats. And I mean, just off the bat, like at the first one itself, when I didn't even know, what's the like how do I bow in when entering the meditation hall, etc. He's just so I want to say he's such a chill dude, because he's just very and you just feel this sense of like, it's like whatever is it's cool, like as long as you have the respect and the regard for his religion and his monastery. He is just the coolest monk I've ever met. So anyways, I started listening to Ajahn Brahm, and I went to, so one of the retreats that I went to in 2018. So you have to keep sort of all 8 precepts when you're at a retreat. But then you're welcome to follow the abbreviated five precepts if when you go back. And I decided to do that. And so then the second and third time when I came back, it wasn't much of a stretch to follow 8, because if you kind of following 5 anyways. And one thing that I found in these 5 precepts, so many of them are similar to the 10 Commandments. In fact, I found that some of them, or rather, because they touch on the spirit of things, they are far superior in some ways to the 10 Commandments. And I get a lot of flack from that sometimes from my very Catholic friends, because but just know that following the 5 precepts oddly helps me to follow the 10 Commandments even better in a way. And strangely, ironically, my practices of meditation and sort of understanding Buddhist theology a little bit more, it really helps me understand the Bible even better, which is like in some ways ironic, fascinating, and yet not that surprising, because I think all these individuals, right, the Buddha, Jesus Christ, all have it's not like if they got together at some sort of conference that they would all like argue with each other. I mean, just think about it, right? They're all incredibly okay, whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, or whatever your logic is, you have to agree that they're all very cool beings, and they're all pretty chill and pretty peaceful. At the minimum, I think we can agree with that on that point. So sorry, wow, this is quite a ramble. Anyways, okay, so how do the 5 precepts help me practice the 10 Commandments even better? Okay, right off the bat, what are the 10 Commandments, right? Well, okay, the first commandment, definite violation of the first commandment. The fact that I even go to a Buddhist monastery is a violation of the first commandment, so I'll give you that. First commandment is, I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods before me. Then do not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. That's basically the don't say, oh God, or like don't swear, essentially is what that is all about. Don't have like false idols and that kind of thing. I kind of wonder about that one, because we have so many statues even in church, so I kind of iffy on that one. Anyways, the third one, keep holy the Sabbath day, and that's basically the day of rest, the 1 day per week, the Sunday or Saturday if you're Jewish. The fourth one, honor your mother and your father, and or is it honor your father and your mother? I don't know who comes first, but anyway, honor your parents basically. And that in some texts it's honor, in some texts it's obey. Interestingly, the word obey means heed and like listen. It doesn't mean like agree with or just like follow blindly. That's what I thought. That was pretty interesting, that it wasn't like just do whatever they say. It's just like yes, but not necessarily actually doing everything, especially if like they're making a wrong decision on something, or telling you to make the wrong decision about something. So that's the fourth. Then thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor, thou shalt not covet envy your neighbor's wife or husband, I mean spouse, whatever. And thou shalt not covet your neighbor's goods, is what I learned when I was growing up. I think now they say it's covet your neighbor's house, but whatever, same thing. So don't covet your neighbor's wife, don't covet your neighbor's property, don't commit adultery, etc., etc. All right. So those all sound all terrific, right? Did I say that thou shalt not lie? Yeah, I think I did. Thou shalt not lie. No lying, no stealing, no killing. Okay. So that's fine, but there are loopholes, like you can not lie, but you can like commit a sin of omission. You can just not say anything when and let somebody think what they want to think, and that's wrong, I think. And what I liked about the 5 Buddhist precepts is that, or like, well, all of them, but this one in particular, I'll pick on the lying one, was that it says, I will refrain. I undertake the precept of refraining from all deceit. Now that's cool. That's very different, right? That's not just I will not say a lie, and gee, if I just shut up and you assume something, then it's fine because I didn't actually lie. But I will refrain from all deceit is deep, because let's face it, my wearing red lipstick is deceit, because my lips are not naturally red, right? They're like normal color. so so that I thought was very profound. So, and also the other thing was, it's not a thou shalt not, it is a I refrain from, and it puts that that sense of agency on the person, that it's a choice, it's an active engagement and an actively engaged choice that you're making to live a better life. So what are the 5 Buddhist precepts, right? I undertake the precept of, anyways, I'll just start with I refrain from. I will refrain from taking a life, I will refrain from taking a life, or killing living beings, but in any case, okay, so it's one thing, thou shalt not kill, but I will refrain from taking life is so much broader, right? It encompasses so many different forms of life. How you regard what is kill versus what is take a life. Like, you can make somebody really miserable and just suck the life out of them. Like if you're a really shitty boss, and you can really suck the life out of your employees. And now, would that be taking a life? I'd say so. So I feel like it's so much broader to say I refrain from taking a life. Then the other one is I will. Oh yeah, I love this one. It's the Thou Shalt Not Steal version. It's I um, I refrain from taking that which is not offered, and I thought that was really cool too, because it again, it transcends just the simple old, thou shalt not steal, or oh, I won't steal. Oh, that was not theft. Oh, what was that? Like, okay, I will refrain from taking that which is not offered. It goes across so many dimensions. If you say as a well, I'm going to pick on guys for a minute. If you go on a date and and you're a bit not rough, but like you take unnecessarily liberties with a girl, where like she's not that interested in you, but you're kind of pushy and like you push her past her boundaries, aren't you actually stealing? Aren't you taking that which is not offered? So I thought that was, the I will refrain from taking that which is not offered. I feel like it instills a level of respect for, other people's property rights, and what is theirs versus what they are willing to share with you. I feel like it takes that to such a different level. And so I really, really appreciated that one, as opposed to the thou shalt not steal. Then thou shalt not lie, or thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. That one. Okay, so what the Buddhist one, I think I brought that up in the beginning, because I will refrain from all deceit, which is just again a very all-encompassing one, because it talks about how you're basically making the active choice to not only not engage in an outright lie, but you're also refraining from anything that might lead someone to think differently, or think different from whatever is the truth of the matter. Sorry. So that's how many did I go through? Kill, steal. Oh yeah, the adultery one. So thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife, and all that. Okay, this one, the Buddhist version is I will refrain from all improper sexual conduct, and that again is so so overarching, because what is improper sexual conduct? Is it like a workplace romance? Yeah, that's improper, because the power differential and the sort of what is it? Not just the power differential, but the lack of I'm forgetting the word here, but it's when you have the conflict of interest kind of thing. If something like that, improper sexual conduct is certainly like anything with someone who's of a age group that you shouldn't be engaging with. Also, like anyone who is not of sound mind, who cannot make proper responsible decisions, etc. Anywhere there's an excessive power imbalance. Pornography, right? Is that a proper conduct, or like proper, what do you call it, like does it help you, does it help your engagement with a live human person later on? Unlikely, but whatever, we won't go there. But anyways, I felt like that was very overarching. And then what was the fifth one? Oh yeah, I will refrain from all like I think it's something like, well, it's basically like I won't take drugs and alcohol, but it's basically something much more like I will refrain from all substances that like mess with my mindfulness and ability to be here. Again, I thought that one is again such a, it's not this moralistic like I will not do drugs. No, it's but why? Why should you not do something? And what if it's like a medicinal thing that's helping you? Okay, so that's why it's like I will not take any substance that like messes with mindfulness and messes with your ability to be wholly present. Again, that also I feel like it covers so many other forms of addiction. Especially like, okay, I realize the irony that I'm making this over a form of some sort of social media, but our addiction to social media, to devices, to our little screens all the time, does that make us less present? Am I less present to the traffic when I'm if I'm like looking at my phone? Certainly don't text and drive. And here, I mean, you can't see my eyes, but I'm looking in the front. So yeah, I'm present. But anyways, I'm not perfect, well, in case any of you had any doubt about me being perfect. So yeah. So anyways, those are the 5 precepts, and I really appreciated them. And so yeah, when I took them up, like you have to do like a sort of like a Buddhist ceremony to do it, and then you chant and you have these chanting responses. It's really cool actually. I like all of the Buddhist chants, by the way. Maybe one day I'll make a video of just all of the chants, because I do have the chanting book from the meditation retreat. I mean, I bought the book. They even have like books there that you should not take from there. But then after the thing, after the retreat, you can even purchase them. And I did buy one of those books because it was really cool. So yeah, maybe I'll make one of those. So anyways, this is a pretty long video, and I hope it has been somewhat useful to some of you, any of you out there. And yeah, thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.